Welcome to Growing Dads.
Where I'm Kleph.
And I'm Rich. And we're
Growing Dads. We're discussing everything growing dads want to know and growing families, no matter how your family is constructed.
Growing Dads is all about inspiring all individuals with real-life topics, creating change, and talking through open dialogue. Growing Dads starts in 3,
2,
1. Yo.
Yes, sir. Wow.
This is the only time I'm going to say it, and this is the only time you're going to hear it come from my motherfucking lips. I don't call another nigga daddy. I'm not going to call him fucking daddy. But
as y'all say in New York, pause.
Pause, yes.
But I'm going to be 100 right now. We are so super excited to have you.
So excited.
We have a special guest, DH.
DH, the one and only.
So,
yes, sir.
The word that I wasn't going to say, Heff. There you go. The black Hugh Heff.
What's in front of the Heff, though?
I don't know.
Are you not, what's the D mean?
Growing Dads Podcast.
All day. No, but everyone, yes, we have a special guest with us, Mr. DH. He is the...
They call him DaddyHeff.
DaddyHeff, yes, that is the name. And we're gonna let him come here, talk to us, and share some experiences with us, teach us some good stuff. You know, on our platform, we're always trying to stretch everyone that we deal with and make us all bigger and better. And this gentleman definitely touches on an area that is very important, not only to men in general, but families. It affects your family and all of that and what comes. So, Mr. DH, introduce.
I'm excited, right? Because this is going to be a 2-part episode. So, number one, you're going to tune into this part, and we're just going to get into DH, right? We're going to talk to him about who he is, kind of how he got to where he is.
What he does.
And then we're going to kind of break it off into, we're not going to kind of, but we're going to break it off into more of a little education piece of it. How do you become comfortable with yourself? So tune into this is part 1, and we definitely going to kick it off. So can you introduce yourself, sir?
Well, my name is DaddyHeff. I am a professional dominant, and I am the ambassador of debauchery, as well as the owner of the Heff's Lifestyle, which includes both black and pink Heffs, which are 100% all-natural sexual supplement vitamins. And I created those products in 2010, especially pink Heffs, which is I call the original vagina vitamin, because before then there was no pill or supplement or vitamin that you could buy to help women with their sexual enhancement.
Sex drive?
Not necessarily sex drive, but help women with their wetness, you know, all kind of stuff. Like, it was nothing like female Viagra was a myth, right? I mean, there was all kind of things on the thing for men, right, but nothing for women.
Okay.
So hold on.
So they love you.
So you got a pill that makes it more wetter than the wet.
Oh man, it's a Viagra for the female.
Well, because she got a dick.
I mean,
I know she don't, but the reactions is still the same.
Yeah, but
just internally.
The most important thing for women, it allows them to relax, be fully focused and present, right? Because that's the thing, is for them to be able to relax and not think about anything else, like not worried about that, like understand like what pleasure and sex is supposed to be like, not feel like, what it's supposed to be like, and for them to bask in that. And then, you know, of course they have increased wetness, you know, their sex drive is like almost animalistic, right? It's kind of, right? It's an amazing product.
So where can they go get this?
Oh, on pinkheffs.com. If you go on my Instagram page at DaddyHeff, @DaddyHeff_, just click on my link, you'll see it's a tab for Pink Heff's the vagina vitamin.
Don't worry, guys. We got you. We're going to have it in the description. So we got y'all. Now,
housekeeping. Make sure your phone's not vibrating. No pun intended.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right. So we don't get into it. What we typically do is we have hot topics. So the first hot topic is there was a situation that occurred. And we're going to kick it to Kleph, then we're going to kick it to you, then I'm going to round it out. So you have a kid with a female, right? Yes. She has multiple kids.
Okay.
You go get your son McDonald's, you drop it off, her 3 other kids hungry. Did you do the right thing?
Not if I want some later on. Nah, that like no. Hear me out. Right. So that's my girl, right? Who?
That's not your girl.
Who is that?
That's your ex.
Oh, my ex.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally missed that part. Yeah, nah, that's my kids. I take care of my kids. Like she
have one.
I have one.
Let's just say
I'll
she
pay
has
for the
4.
food for her. Or I'm sorry, pay for the food for my child.
Oh, right.
Yeah, boy or girl. But as far as the other kids, that's not my responsibility. I don't know what's going on in the house. If I'm coming to see my child, I'm gonna bring something for him anyway. But I'm not planning for all of the kids. Like that's not my responsibility.
What you think?
I mean, really, you're not obligated. Now, I mean, you could be nice, right? And be like, all right, just because me and their mom ain't get along, I'm gonna take care of his brothers, my kids' brothers or sisters, right? But it ain't gonna be a habit, right? Like I may feel like being very giving, and I might be like, all right, Ray now, which is the brother sister.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them some too. But my kid gonna have the best meal, but they gonna get like the hamburger Happy Meal.
Okay.
Not the cheeseburger.
They gonna get the
dollar menu.
Yeah. McChicken.
I'll say this. I'll add to that. If I know it's a situation where the kid's dad or the other kid's father is
Don't come around. Yeah.
then that's different. My humanitarian side is gonna be like, but if it's not that and they got their own thing,
But if they mama bugging and we ain't getting along, I'm just getting my little seed and butter them. That's on them.
I'm being
what
honest.
you got?
There's 2 sides to this.
Yeah.
Exactly. First off, I'm probably not calling to ask what the kids want. Okay. I'm gonna get my son his shit and drop it off. Okay. Now, if it's a situation where I know the kids and I've been around them,
I could,
I'm like 70% liable to get them some shit.
But you're not only obligation you have is your seed. Them other ones you may.
Yeah, because I'm not expecting if somebody else have their kid and my kid did. Oh well, all right, nigga, ain't my kid, so I expected him to be ousted. He ain't going. That's not his responsibility. So that's my thought.
Okay, cool.
The next thing is, so now they have a bill that they're about to put out.
Okay.
Nah, they put it up for legislation or to discuss it.
Okay.
For child support to start, now I'm gonna kick it to DH first, and I'm gonna kick it to you. For child support to start before the child is born.
Nah. Okay, so what? Nah, man, that's crazy. Hold up.
It's already going through my head.
But here's the thing. Like, every pregnancy is not guaranteed, right? Like, there's no guarantees out here. So there's no pregnancy that's guaranteed that's gonna go to full term, right? Anything can happen. So, like, no, that's crazy. Like, if she. If you skeet up in somebody's daughter, right?
Right.
And I can say skeet in here.
You can say what the fuck.
Oh
wow, thank you. All right, I was holding it back.
If you want to skeet, call it skeet, baby batter, juice.
Oh wow, man
nut,
milk,
cup, man milk.
Yeah.
Listen.
Damn, you got a lot of.
Yeah.
I be talking some wild shit.
I bet you do, sir.
So you get it all up.
I'll be a little tempered.
Yeah, me personally, I don't get that part because, like I said, anything can happen. So, nah, man, that's no.
I agree. I think there's a little bit of a liability there. But here goes the other thing, right? So if they're gonna start doing that, that means guess what? If that's the case, then my child should be able to get. Shout out to E Stacks for this thought process. My child should get be able to get life insurance in the womb. So if he doesn't or she doesn't.
Oh yeah.
That's actually interesting. I never thought about that.
Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's why. So now, if you take that a little deeper, we could get into that maybe another time. But if a child can't get life insurance in the womb, they're not considered a life, theoretically based on financial situations. Now, if that's the case, insurance company is going to have to pay out. But the only thing that's going to make it hard is that people could falsify exactly what happened because it's going to be real hard. You knock the baby, you fall down some steps. You can't really qualify it the same way you could qualify a normal adult's death or a living person's death. So then now, So then they're not gonna open up that pocketbook for that.
Yeah, now
you understand?
Because the insurance company, they really don't want to pay anything.
Hell no.
Yeah.
At all.
Right.
So that's the way to, if you're gonna consider that a life. I was talking with my guy E Stacks, and he does a lot. Shout out to E Stacks. He's selling houses and selling sneakers. Make sure you go check him out. But that's some good information.
I got a question. Does he sell sneakers out of his vehicle?
No.
Okay, I was just curious. I didn't know.
It's
We got the
EB Kicks. And listen, he gets you all
Oh, wow.
like any type of like vintage sneakers that you're looking for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he gets it moving.
Yeah, I like people like that.
Real legit.
Yeah.
So, what's your thought process on that?
My thought process is no, that's not right. So now, in the event, as you mentioned, if there is a miscarriage, do they like pay the father back, or I mean, technically?
To me, I think you up shit's creek without a paddle if that's the case.
Yeah.
I think
So it's nah.
this is going way too far.
Yeah.
It's like Handmaid's Tale. Someone like 3-4 people watched Handmaid's Tale, the whole thing, and was like, hey, we got an idea.
Yo,
let's make it a reality.
I never either. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch. Like if you watch like the first 4 episodes, you'd be like, oh, this is what's going on. Like this. I'm not gonna spoil it. You gotta watch it. It's really like it's like it could be an alternate thing that you could really see happening in the direction that they're trying to take the country as far as reproductive rights for women.
And you said it's
Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale.
Mm-hmm. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
Shout out to
Shouts out to Hulu. Y'all need to y'all need to be a sponsor.
You already know.
You know what I mean?
You already know.
Spread some of that money this way.
Shit.
Yo, you damn sure you better. But if we could do that,
yes, ching ching.
We have a quarterly sexual conversation about how to be fucking real. So we about to get into this.
I'm ready.
Talk your talk, man.
Talk
like
your talk, man. No. We got a softball pick this up. So
this guy.
You gotta warm it up first. You can't just
listen. Every now and then you can just stick that shit in, but
you stick it in dry.
No, hold up.
I spit on that shit out. I fucking do all types of nasty shit.
See, that's because you're not
Let
at
me
the
tell you
skill
something,
level
sir.
yet.
I guarantee he be doing some nasty shit. You got 8 of them things, bro. Listen, you done a lot of spitting in that thing real quick and getting in there.
This is the episode my kids are not watching.
Okay.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Okay.
But I know Cass, I know you watching this shit. Don't worry about it. Baby, it's all good.
Nah, he just starts talking and it starts sweating up already. Like, I already, like, go ahead, man.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, so I'm waiting on y'all to answer the question so we can sort of.
How the fuck did you get here? Like, talk to us on like. So
how does one become
I'm gonna break down the situation.
Yes.
Me and Kleph was talking about sexual education.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing some research. You pop up, and I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, word.
And I'm like, yeah, this is not like, okay, as a black guy, let me pay attention, but I'm a little cautious because I'm like, what am I going? I'm not gonna hold you. I used to watch porn hella crazy to the point that I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Like, we used to have dudes at the crib, we chilling. You never know what pop up on porn sites. You get what I'm saying? We turn over, he watching some trans porn.
Oh, wow.
Listen, we turned over like, yo, what the fuck you doing? He's like, yo, I didn't know, nigga, you didn't see that she had a fucking dick right in front of her fucking legs? Hey, you got to be kidding.
Hey, shouts out to my folk T.S. Madison. I don't know if you may have seen T.S. Madison. If you Google the big dick bitch.
Oh, no.
Dog, I'm just saying, if someone out there, if you Google, you've seen T.S. Madison, but Google the big dick bitch, and you'll see.
Yo, listen.
Because the thing is, they're all kind of, everybody has their own kink and fetish, right?
Yeah.
So, it's like, I'm sorry, but it's like Mr. C for Hot 97. You know what I'm saying? He get caught, sometimes he got caught in the alley in the back with the, you know what I'm saying? but I mean,
you never know.
Yeah, but that's no knock on Mr. C. Like, he just wasn't comfortable being honest with himself about his fetish and his kink. And something like that, when you are dealing, when you a macho man and then you get caught with a transgender woman or man, you like, oh, well, see, what had happened was, I didn't know, bro. You know, you on Backpage, dog. You know.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Backpage?
I heard of it. I never been on that
Or
page.
Craigslist, the adult section on Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Oh,
sir.
yes, I see that.
Yes. So I'm just saying, but anyway, but yeah, so people have their own kinks and what they like, and it's evident with porn, like you said, your homeboy, y'all looked over and he was watching that.
It was just jokingly though.
Yeah.
This is way back, but you never know what situation is. And like we were laughing at it, and he was like, "I didn't know," but I was like, "Okay, cool," but there's no way that you know. We clearly see your dick right here, or whatever. So
yes.
Doing the education, come back after talking to his sons. You pop up. I'm like, yo, niggas is really out here like being submissive and doms, like. But then I came to see my blind spot. Like in every relationship, there's a dom and there's a submissive.
Yep.
And it transcends depending on the relationship, and it's supposed to switch from what I'm hearing, depending on the situation. So
yes.
So for example, just because you're sexually dominant and she's sexually submissive, or she's sexually dominant and you're sexually submissive, doesn't mean that's what it's like financially. That's not what it means. How you run the house.
Right.
Damn, it's getting hot in here.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
it's just fucking Casamigos, but
Maybe so.
listen. So when I looked at that, I said, "Man, this is a profession, but it's not. It's a real lifestyle that needs to be indulged in." So, talk to me of how did you get here first, and what pushed you down this avenue?
Well, so man. Okay, so this how I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes version. So for all the people that don't know what Cliff Notes are, Cliff Notes was this yellow book with some black things on it, and like if they told you had to read a book for like Tale of Two Cities for a book report, and you really didn't read it, you would go get the Cliff Notes, and it'll give you a brief synopsis so you can make your book report. Now you may get a C on it, not an F,
right,
but you may not get an A.
Right.
Unless you're really good at writing. So basically, here's the Cliff Notes version. So I was in the Army in Germany. In Germany, prostitution is legal, right? So, yeah. So they have these legal.
It's legal in New York too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. Well, I won't be going.
Not that I know, like, because I do it. I'm just saying I know because they passed the law. I pay attention.
Oh, word.
Oh,
that's interesting. Man, I'm gonna have to inquire about that one day. But so, like, down in Frankfurt, Germany, example, they have this. They call them poof houses, right? So you go to the poof house, and every floor you go to, the women are better looking, right? The bottom floor.
So that's why in the movies,
Yeah.
not to cut you,
Yes.
and you see like the guy walk by and these ladies
It's in their room, yeah,
yeah.
Like, so like in Amsterdam in the red light district, and down in like Munich and stuff like that, like they have the red light district, so you have women behind this, but they have a red light district in Frankfurt, but they have the houses, so you go in, you start at the bottom floor, look at all the girls, go up one more floor. Keep going.
You got to pay to keep on going up the floors?
No. You just walk in there. Like, you don't pay until you get a service, right? So you just checking everything out. So there was this dominatrix. I found out, lady, she was a dominatrix because I watched an episode of Real Sex on HBO back in the day.
That, yeah.
And so like all this kink fetish stuff, they showed this stuff on Real Sex. So I remember this lady, she was on the 7th floor, and the first time I seen her, she had on like the latex, and I was like, what? And she had like whips. She had whips in there, and she had like this St. Andrew's cross and this little spinning wheel, and she was like, you want to play? I was like, I'm scared. Like, I was like, oh no. I'm like 19 years old. I'm like, what? No, not me.
Gotcha.
Like, I ain't used to get spankings. I used to get whoopings. I used to get my ass whooped. Go outside, get the switch, all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Extension cord, cable cord, all that, right?
Yeah, I got him his ass whoopings because I used to lie on him.
Oh, you know what I mean? So like, you know, and then one day I kept, you know, I frequented that place. I was single, so why not? Like, go right before you go to the club or something. Go get your son.
You're 19.
And the thing is, like, you see women. You know you never been with a woman from Brazil, but you see a Brazilian woman, she fire. You be like, oh yeah, and I can have you. So
yeah, go get your rock.
Fast forward, couple years down the road, me and my buddies were going to this club, and I lived in Frankfurt, and they were coming from where we were stationed at. So I was like, man, let me go kill sometime. So I'm gonna see if old girl working. I had the intention to go see what it was. So I was by myself. I didn't have nobody to judge me, and
you normally used to go with people.
Yeah, it's like be like you and your boys. Yeah.
So that would make you hesitant.
Yeah,
even though you were curious.
Yeah. Well, because I would go there a lot, and I would see her. She'd be like, "You ready?" I'd be like, "Mm-mm." So this one day, I walked up there purposely to her room, and she was just getting done with someone, and I was like, "I'm ready." She was like, "I've been waiting for you for years." I was like,
"Oh, she said for years."
For years. I'm like, "Oh my God," because you know, I'm a black young army dude in the army, American dude. You know what I mean? Word up. So I was just like, So went in there. She showed me some stuff, and she said, "I'm gonna try this on you." I said, "Cool." And she,
what do you mean try this? What the fuck is this?
You already know what it is, yo.
She had what's called a flogger, right? She had that.
Yeah, that's right.
And then she had a riding crop. So she was like
riding crop.
So she put me on this cross.
Oh, I seen.
Yeah,
yo, I seen it on Netflix.
Yeah,
on Netflix, like making a sex.
Yeah,
is that the X?
Yeah, So she put me on that, and she spanked me with the damn riding crop. And I was like, oh, shit. But it was exciting for me. And then she put me on the wheel and spun me around. And she flogged me, dog. My damn dick got hard. I was like, word. So now notice, I'm like 21. Hold up. I'm 22 years old at this point in time. I ain't never had no shit like that. Except for my mama whipping my ass. And that was not exciting. But when she did it,
I was
hurt? Like, nah, I felt good.
Did she look good?
Yeah,
she was on the 7th floor, right?
Yeah, she's baddie, boy.
No, but listen, I'm trying to think. Okay, so
here's my disclaimer. Here's my disclaimer. Everything for me is visual right now, far as what I like. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Everything in surface for me, what I'm attracted to. However, there has to be an attraction for me far as look visually that I'm like, right? Because you could be a bad chick and you want to be like, oh, I want to suck your dick. I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm straight. Listen, it's no knock, right? Or like it's women's like, DaddyHeff, I really want you to spank me. I'd be like, I don't want to, because I don't really want to. Like, I know what I like and I know what I don't like, right?
How long did it take for you to get to
what I like and I don't like?
Right.
Yeah, well, because when we were younger, we used to just slay anything. You know what I'm saying? But once I decided the kind of women that I knew I was worthy of attracting, right? So when
worthy of attracting.
But the most important, how I knew I was worthy is I had to know that I was worthy for me first. I had to trust in myself, learn how to trust myself fully, how to love myself unconditionally, right? And once I learned those things like that, then I had to write down on paper, because I knew what kind of women I didn't want to attract, right? And so one of my mentors was like, if you write something down on paper, it makes you paper. So, you writing intentions and stuff like that, full moon rituals, and you write stuff down, and it's an exercise, and you write down, you're being very specific about what it is you want in a woman, right? And bong, 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 bong. And so that's why I always tell people, I'm like, really, at this point in time in my life, all the women that I track are baddies. All of them. Like, to the point where, like, if you seen them out regular, you'd be like, damn, I want to holler at her, right? Because, like, I consider myself a baddie. So if I consider myself a bad motherfucker, handsome, sexy as shit, that's all I'm attracted to, women that are gorgeous and sexy as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
The law of attraction. You know what I mean? I get it.
Yep.
I'm bad as fuck too, then, if that's the case. Like,
you're off the market. That don't count.
Yeah, but I never thought about myself as bad, though.
Well,
it's never too late.
You know what's crazy? Because Cass is like, yo, you fine. I'm like, yo, she lying.
Yep. So
what?
But so the thing is, so also I had to learn was, and I watched cats like Reverend Knight, Abraham Hicks and stuff like that. So it's about learning how to stop negative self-talk. So when someone say you fine, you be like, you lying. Instead of saying you lying, you be like, yes, I am fine, right? So what you're doing is, like, it's like either you want to have positive self-talk or negative self-talk. And when you think about it, you're like, how far has negative self-talk got me? How's that working out for me? So let me try to switch it up instead when someone be like, "Oh, you did a great job," like, "Oh man, you the shit," she be like, "Man, I'm alright."
You damn right.
Yeah, man, you the shit. Yes, I am. Hell yeah, thank you for recognizing it, and thank you for saying it. Right, and so it's not that you conceited or you confident. It's like I'm
embracing it.
I'm embracing it, and I'm basking in that thing. I'm tuned in, tapped in, and turned on into that. So whatever you say to me positively, you speak it out in the universe. Everything you speak to the universe goes up and circulates around. Can either come back positively or negatively. Me personally, in my head, I ain't sending nothing negative out because I don't want nothing negative coming back in. Right? But it took, trust me, it took a lot of work to shed that old bullshit.
That's shadow work.
Like shadow work. You're saying like learning how to kill the ego, like especially. Like so leading up to that point, as far as BDSM and stuff like that, I got to it that way. And then just, once I had to learn to get comfortable with me first, right? So once I was learning that part, then some of my customers, when I was selling cars, he turned me on to the swingers lifestyle. He wanted me to fuck his wife and shit. I'm like,
Did you fuck his wife?
Hell yeah. Bruh, I have no problem with that. Like I am an exhibitionist. I have no problem putting on a show. So that's what she wanted. So I didn't know this.
He paid you for it? You got paid for it?
Oh, he bought a car from me, and so check it. So me and his wife, we in the back seat, right? And she rubbing on my leg. I'm like, he looking back there, man, y'all having fun right there? I'm like, He's like, I'm gonna buy this car. So he said, delivering on Saturday. And he said, we having a little gathering, you want to stay? And I was in his office. He said, listen, he said, I'm gonna let you know right there. He said, my wife really wants.
She TTG, trained to go.
Yes, yeah. He was like, my wife really wants you to fuck her. I was like,
she was white?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rich white one.
I want a black ball.
Yeah. and right, and they were having a gathering. It was like 8 couples, man. You know what I mean? And I slayed his wife. Right there, he watched it. You know what I'm saying? He loved it.
In front of him or in front of all the other couples too?
I'm so in awe right now. Like that's just, but I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
I used to be like, yo, if somebody gave me the opportunity, nah. I mean, I did it unwillingly. Like honestly, I used to mentally kind of get off to some shit like that, like some wild shit.
In terms of like a orgy type
situation. No. Like it's more like a conquering feeling for me. But I also know that like that conquering feeling is not the actual feeling I'm looking for. It's more of the suppressed feeling. And when I started to like kind of dig that out, it's like. So I did some wild shit, like some girl's on the phone with her boyfriend, right? And I'm fucking digging her the fuck out.
And she liked that.
And she's sitting there, but I liked it too, because I'm like, yo.
He don't even know.
Your boyfriend don't even know, and she's trying to talk regular, putting him on mute. And it was just like some wild shit. Yeah. But when I realized, like, yo, I had a conquering, like, I wanted to feel like I can control shit. That was the problem. I was able to quickly find out like that was the problem. Where it's like, yo, is that normal or is that not normal?
I mean, it may be normal to you. I don't know what your version of normal is different than mine. But me personally, I don't see anything wrong with that, right? Because like on some real shit, like there's certain kinks and fetishes that everyone has, right? So. If someone approaches you, they were like, yo, I want you to fuck me, but I want my boyfriend. I want in front of my boyfriend, but on the phone, but he don't know. That was her kink, right?
Like getting away with some of that adventure.
Yeah, it's like it's like exhibitionism, but how far can I go before they be like, hold up, what you doing over there? Like that's like when. Like you were eating a chick out or hitting someone from back and her mama called on the phone and she answered the phone and tried to talk to her mama.
Normal, but
it's the same thing. Like
So you mentioned some stuff and it actually leads really dope into my first question that I have on this is health, sexual health. Like define what a healthy sex life should be and describe that.
All right. So to me, a healthy sex life is one where you can be fully honest, right? Like you could be honest about what you like, right? What you don't like. Also, like finding different ways to take care of your sexual reproductive health, like different herbs or something like that you can take. That's like vitamins and stuff to help that part, because sexual health is more than just down here, it's up here too. So like you just got to be very, like, I'm not rambling. You just got to be just
So when people, typically when kids, right? But I'm gonna shift a little bit, like kids or men. Premature ejaculation. That's mental. That's not physical.
That is mental.
How do you control that?
I don't think you can. I think that's just part of puberty.
Listen,
I mean, but also, men who watch porn a lot will have premature ejaculation, right? Or or it's a nervous type thing. Like dudes, they get real nervous in anticipation, and next thing you know, it's be like, you know what I mean? They just be done, and before anything happens, because it's mental. It's like you working yourself up so much when you like, I'm ready, I'm getting it. Oh shit, I'm excited, and then.
Well, I do know sex is a mental thing, because I've been in situations where like
every guy's
mentally you're not there, and it's just like nothing really going on, nothing happening,
nothing at all.
And then the other thing is on the other side, like you're doing handling other business, and so plane starts, and it's just like I'm focused on something, but the sexual plane actually draws me in, and I'm all in.
That's right.
So I get that. Okay. And I think that's important, because especially when you, as a young man growing up, I think confidence and development of who you are is important. And even with fathers being in a son's life, where that comes into play. Like, were you around your father growing up? Okay. So in terms of like with your coming into yourself, where you started feeling like I'm worthy of that, and like what helped bring you to that level internally, where it's just like, all right, enough's enough. Like, why am I settling for this? And I deserve that. Where did that shift come in?
Well, once again, it was part of my journey that I went on, because I kept attracting the same type of relationships, right? Like, selfish lovers, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm always lying all the damn time, you know what I'm saying? Hiding stuff.
You?
Oh, yeah.
You was lying?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Always cheating, you know what I mean? Like, never faithful. Like,
now this is in your early teens, early 20s.
Oh no, my bad. Oh no, this is like all my relationships. I've never, even my marriage, I was not faithful in my marriage. You know what I mean? But leading up to that, like, so in my teen years, like I remember watching porn, but I used to read like penthouse forums and stuff like this, and my mom would have like them erotic novels or something like that. So I'm an only child, so I like to read. So I'm like, this cover looks kind of risque. Let me open it up and skim it. I see things. I was like, oh, he took her from the back. Oh, let me read this thing, right?
Took that shit down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So let me read. And so then I started doing, like, I would see something like, for example, anal sex. I remember the first time I saw anal sex in a porn, I was like, what? Why is he fucking in the ass? And then I remember reading something about it in penthouse forums, and then I did some research on it. So I was like, well, hold up. If I'm going to know what this is about, let me try to do some research so I'll know. So really for me, it was, of course, it was trial and error, but me, I like to research things. So I like to find out what happens, I want to find what's going to happen. Reason? What's the real reason, so there could be some pleasure happening, not just doing it for the sake of doing it. Now, there's been plenty of times in my life where I've done it just for doing it. Like, just, you here, I don't care what you look like, right? Like, I got catfished by a chick one time. You know what I'm saying? The picture she sent me, but when she came to see me, she was like 500 some pounds, dog. Yo,
so wait, you slayed it?
Hell yeah, bro.
So hold up. So as far as your standard,
everybody slayed a house every now and then.
No, she was like a triple wide plus double,
bruh.
Oh my God.
I had a double. Yeah, I told Cass the story, right? So sometimes you have to shoot the free throw for your friend.
Yeah.
Bro.
You took off.
When I tell you, like, shoot 3 or 4 times with me, bro. That shit was rough, bro.
You hit it from the back.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's only right.
I think that might have been the only thing you could have done. You ain't picking it up.
Nah, bro. Your back
I ain't gonna hold you. But that shit sound like a ship on water, like my little skinny ass hitting that shit.
That thing went too, boy. God damn.
I don't know. I was super drunk.
Yeah, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't drunk. I mean, listen, you came all
That's
this
when
way.
I used to drink Hennessy. So by that time,
I bet anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
anything goes.
Anything goes. Yeah. So I'm curious also with your profession and what you do, like how do you determine the limits and who determines the limits, like between you're narcissistic or you're like, I'm sorry, not narcissistic, but like you're reaching your nirvana peak, or like the shit you're doing is fucking crazy.
Honestly, and you actually hit on something very, very good right there. Mm-hmm. You said hitting the peak. Or what else?
Or like you're crazy, like this.
Or you're crazy, but there's people that's narcissistic that abuse that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna just kind of kick that to you. Can you kind of walk us in the audience through like?
Well, pretty much in BDSM, everything is spelled out, right? So you have your hard limits and your soft limits. So those are things you need to know, because it's easy to just pick a tool up and think you're gonna use it on somebody. Like everything is negotiated. So everything that's used is negotiated first. If it ain't a yes or a maybe, it ain't happening. It's a no.
Okay. And that's on both parties.
On both parties, yes.
Has anybody ever asked you to do some crazy shit like, yo, cut me?
Oh, yeah. But if I'm not into it, I ain't doing it.
Okay.
Hold up. So somebody asked you to cut them.
Oh, well, no, they weren't cutting, but someone wanted me to do like needle play. And me personally, I'm a needle phobe, but I don't like needles. So I don't like blood.
You want to be more like you would have to be comfortable with it.
Yeah, I'm not.
So as a dom, you have to be comfortable with it.
Yeah,
and as a sub,
I mean, because the thing is, just because they want me to do it, don't mean if I'm not comfortable doing it, I'm like, nah. You may want to find someone else who'll do that. It's just not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the vice versa. Like, if a woman says like her hard limit is like forced orgasm, just because I want to give her forced orgasm, right, doesn't mean that if she don't want it, then I can't do it.
What the fuck is a forced orgasm?
I mean, I kind of get it, forced orgasm, but like, how do you do it? Would probably be.
Well, then,
how do you force an orgasm?
Yeah, but I mean,
well, okay.
Because don't mentally they gotta be in that right spot to like.
Now you acting like you a dom. Just let him talk.
Well, I mean, okay. So a lot of times forced orgasm goes in with orgasm denial, right? So say they want to come, they want to have an orgasm, but you be like, you can't come without my permission, right? So you can't. So if
is that what you thought?
Interesting.
Is that what you thought?
So
No.
yeah, so
exactly.
So they have to ask, right? And so the thing is they can either ask, or after a while I could be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna bring it out of you because you bullshitting, right? And I'm gonna force the orgasm out. You may not be ready. You may be like, I'm there. You bullshitting. So then you force the orgasm, or you like they have a belt that you can put the wand on, and it just sits on the clitoris, and it's just that you don't cut it off. It just stays there.
Where did you get the wand at?
On Kingheff.com/shop.
Yeah. Get you some.
Yes, but I mean,
get DH's pink wand, you heard?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so you got stuff like that goes on. I mean, that's pretty fun. Like you gotta really be in. Like I have a sadistic side for me where like I'm not a masochist. So BDSM is bondage, dominance, sadomasochism. I'm not a masochist. I don't get pleasure out of getting pain. Okay. I like to give it, right? Okay. So, but there's a sadistic side of me that loves, you know what I'm saying?
You like getting whipped though?
No, hold on, sir. I'm not saying I was getting whipped, but
Did you say that's what happened?
Yeah. See, I now here's the thing. That's happened to me, and I enjoy it, but only the right person would I allow to do that. Like just because a woman comes to me, she was like, "DaddyHeff, I want to spank you." I'd be like, "Good luck."
What allows that? Like, because I know usually with sex, when the your mate trusts you, then it breaks down walls to open up the ability to
Yeah.
So, how does that?
This conversation.
Like, how does that happen? To say, like, because already with the stature and what you do, what kind of person would you allow to do that? Like, what would they have to be, or what do they have to?
Oh, I mean, it has to be someone who I trust. Like, and I feel comfortable enough that I can be vulnerable with them, right? Like, not everyone. So, like, for me, there are only.
But just because you trust them, don't mean that they get to do that too.
But it has to go along. Just like with them, like they have to trust me enough to that they know that I'm not gonna hurt them or injure them. It's because this play is really about trust. Like, it's a trust exercise. So if they don't trust me fully, then they're not going. They don't feel I can keep them safe and keep them protected. They ain't gonna go down that road, right? So, like, in the same way for me, like, I gotta feel like I'm safe, protected. I'm not judged. Like, I'm comfortable with it. Someone who I can be like, I'm gonna just let go and be vulnerable with you. So for me, it's only 1, 2, 3. There are only 3 women who. I'm sorry, 4. I had to nope.
5.
5, right? And a possible.
You playing spades?
There's a strong possible 6, right?
5 and a possible 6.
But these are the only women who I trust enough, and I let go and allow them to dominate me. You know what I'm saying? I'll switch up, because that's what's called a switch. So you have a dominant and a submissive, and then you have a switch with someone who embraces both sides, right? So.
Okay.
Interesting. A lot of good stuff here. Like,
So you went from. So now you talked about how you got here. Talk to us. What do I don't want to ask the question.
Why not?
Well,
that's what we hear.
Go ahead, shoot.
Do married women hit you up without their husband knowing?
First of all, here's the thing. It's not my place to ask if you married or not. I don't because
touche. That's not my business.
No, like, I'm like a massage therapist. The massage therapists do not care if you married or not. You coming to get a service. So they come to me to get a service, to be free, to give up control, to feel something. That's what they want. They want to do that. So whether they booed up or they married, that doesn't have nothing to do with me. All I let them know is, like, listen, do you have any stalkers? Right? You got a crazy husband. I need to know, like, I need to know these things, because if we somewhere, I don't need buddy. Nah, like, well, what's going on? Like, don't get me in your mess in your life.
Right.
I'm not here for that.
Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna find out. Like, how do you navigate that? Because naturally, this is what it is.
And a lot of times,
people are narcissists.
And a lot of times, right? Like if that's what she really wants, and say a guy, like, he's, I'm gonna get you this, I'm gonna get you a session with DaddyHeff for your birthday, right? But he be like, I just want to watch. And then I'm gonna have a conversation with him, like, listen, like, if you see your lady in this position where she's vulnerable and she's letting go. Now this has, because BDSM has nothing to do with sex. Now you can incorporate some parts of BDSM into sex, but BDSM has nothing to do with sex. Like,
why would people hold on?
I would have never figured that.
Me either. But why do people put them together?
I mean, because they just assume that's just because of sex. When you hitting the front and back, or you choking somebody, or you smacking them on the ass, they think it's just gonna happen. Like, I get women, they like, yo, I just want to have sex with you afterwards. No, we don't. I'm not here for that. Like, I'm not here to have sex with you. Now you may get to a point where you in a space where you want to have sex, but it ain't gonna be with me now. I have this dildo right here that I can use on you if that's what you like. But if you want some warm dick, then you need to call up somebody because it ain't here. Okay. Right, because, you know what I mean?
Yo, he said warm dick.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, attached to a body is
so you get cold dick.
Yeah, I warm it up for you, though. You know what I'm saying? Put in some hot water.
BDCD.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's not. Because what happens is, because at that time, the women are in a real vulnerable space. Like they vulnerable. So, and so the thing is, that's just like you hear tales of people who are massage therapists, and the massage therapist takes advantage of the woman because they are relaxed. They do whatever, right? And they in a relaxed state, and jokers slip something in. Well, like you say, I did like slip something in there, right? And that's the same thing with this. Like, trust me, at any moment, it's there. Like you could be like, hey, you want to fuck? They be like, yes, right? But because they're in that mind and they're vulnerable. They're but then if you do it, and afterwards, and they think about it the next day, they be like,
yeah,
yo, this dude took advantage of me. Whoa. Now you got a problem.
Yeah.
No, let me tell you something. I like nothing about judges or jails. I love my life. I love my free life. I love to travel. I love to meet pretty women. I love to do business. I love to be a family. I like to be outside. Inside some walls. Not interested in that.
So let me ask you another question. Why do, like, because this is mainly a Grown Dads podcast, right? It's geared towards men, right? Yes. So why do women indulge in that, or like, what is it about it? And especially geared towards like married women or women in a couple, in a relationship. Why?
Well, so what happens a lot of times is that, well, not a lot of times, but sometimes what can happen is, like, they may have seen it or have heard about it, and they want to experience it, right? Okay. And some of them want to experience it with their partner, but if their husband and partner is not open to it, they're like, girl, that's some freaky stuff. You talking crazy? You want me to choke you? You crazy? So they get shamed about that, right? It's just like a woman that squirts and the dude getting mad, right? So she's shamed, and so for going forward, she don't want to squirt with nobody, right?
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
Because whenever men having sex, it's like you feel bigger as a man making a woman come. So they know to say like that scenario is like, oh.
Yeah.
You messed up my sheets.
Like, yeah, you pissed on me. Like,
yo,
she like to get pissed on. You know?
Yo, squirt is piss, ain't it?
No,
it's not. I mean, like, I see where you're coming from, but yeah.
No.
Nah.
So what is it?
It's an ejaculate fluid, but it's not piss.
Urine, yeah.
It's not urine.
It comes from a whole different.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I told you. Remember that I stole my dad's porn, bro? And the first time I saw it, like, this girl had like white shit, and I was just like,
oh yeah, she was creaming. She was a gusher.
But
it was gushy coming out.
Yeah, but I didn't know.
Usually the gush is like clear, like liquid, like water, but
that cream.
Bruh, I was probably like 12, 13.
Word, you don't understand that.
My stomach went.
Yeah. At that time, you don't understand that. Yep. Yeah, you don't.
How you look at it?
Yeah, you be like.
Oh, not. I mean, see.
Yeah.
Oh
shit.
He's a married man.
Yeah, and I gotta watch how I talk, because I can't give away my fucking my life.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So I just gotta sit my ass.
You gotta leave some mystery to it, right?
Yeah.
Now, you know that's real. That's real. Cool.
Can you make any woman squirt?
I can't make them squirt, but no, you can't make them squirt, because a lot of times every woman has the ability to. Now, whether they will or not, they just may not.
Really? What do you think stops them? So hold on. DH's pink pill don't make them squirt?
It could.
Yeah, damn.
But because here's the thing. A lot of times, like, they feel it coming, but they feel something's coming out, but then they clench up and be like, oh no. Like, but the key thing is like, yo, just relax and let it flow and see what happens. Like, just don't get there and feel something coming and be like, oh, I'm about to pee.
They get nervous.
Yeah, like, oh, I'm gonna stop it. Like, no, don't stop. Not because somebody may like you to pee on. I'm saying, like, I don't know what people's kinks are. You know what I mean? But so, Some people
I
may like that.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Everybody legit has
their own.
Yeah, I'm saying so that's the one thing about it. And so I'm encouraged the men out there. Like if you a woman, as she's building up her climax and she's coming to orgasm, be like, listen, just relax, don't hold back. Like if you feel something coming, just let it go. Let's see what happens, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
So that means that
it's 50-50. It could be
come or piss.
It could be squirt or piss. One of the two.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yes.
Just grab one.
This guy here.
Put like this. At that point, it don't even matter because.
That's what I'm saying.
So here's the thing.
You win it.
One of my great friends told me, shouts out to Majesty, puppy pads. I learned this those puppy pads.
Put them under your sheets.
Just put it right on top.
No, on top. Like we get the black ones on, not the white ones with the blue outline. The black charcoal ones. They got them on Amazon, and you put
black
them,
everything.
Yes, you put them things down, bruh. Nothing. It will not be wet on your sheets. It absorbs all of it.
Yeah, but then you're gonna be on like hella foil paper.
Well, no, you just put them up and then get some more. You know what I'm saying?
It's diaper material. Man. Fucking foil paper.
Yeah. But versus all your sheets be messed up. You know.
I'd rather look at my sheets messed up.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
yes, sir.
I ain't washing. Well, I will, but not.
Well, you not.
I'm gonna go to
my
sleep
sheets,
after.
Oh,
I don't want to have to strip the bed.
Okay, I know that's
fuck
right.
that. You already fucked.
Yeah, you already
shit.
there.
Yeah, like
and put a towel down. You know what I'm saying? Like sleep on it or just bask in it.
Hell no. Gotta get up, take a shower, and then go to bed.
Take a shower.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
unless I'm like zooted or something like that.
I mean, whatever.
I'm with you. It's whatever. Take a shower, don't. Yeah. But you know, like, and also and then a lot of men feel that they may hurt a woman, so they be like, even if a woman wants to be choked, the dude be like, oh man, I may hurt you and shit. No, you don't know that. Like, you don't know if you're gonna hurt her. She'll let you know, but you got to learn how to do it right. You can't just be like,
yo, I ain't gonna hold you.
Because there was a big thing with that, where they were like choking him to like pass out.
Yeah,
like
but you actually, the real way you're supposed to, correct me if I'm wrong, the way you're actually supposed to choke a woman is actually holding the sides of her neck, not the front of her. Like, people be pushing down.
Yeah.
And yo, you're killing her fucking airway.
Yeah,
like, you're not supposed to kill the airway. You're supposed to hold the side of the neck.
Yeah, so like you could damage it. You don't want to push down on the larynx or the voice box and stuff like that. Like you can't be like right off gate. Nah, you gotta ease it to the junk. You know what I mean? You can't be.
It gotta be gentle. Still gotta be in a sensual way.
Like it's gotta be slow press. You can't be like, ugh, that's too much, right? And the thing is, if somebody pass out, what you gonna do? What if they don't wake back up immediately? You're gonna be like, oh shit. So go slow. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. Pay attention to them. You know, some people may want to get choked till they black out, right? Some people do. It's that asphyxiation. They really got a kink about that. Me personally, I'm not into that. I don't know.
And apparently, like when they black out, what they come.
It's like euphoric like that. I mean, let me tell you something. What I told you earlier. I like to stay outside. Not inside, okay? I love the outside.
I ain't gonna hold
inside,
you.
Not so much.
Interesting as shit because you never like, even as so. You're talking about being a dom, right? Mm-hmm. Most men think they're a dom.
Yeah.
They're not.
And they think they are, but submission has to be earned. So just because you feel you're a dom, and you want your wife, your lady, your girlfriend to be submissive, what have you done? What have you done to earn her submission?
Okay,
ladies, what have you learned to earn his submission? Like you can't just be like, Psh, I'm dominant. What's up? You my sub? What? No. Like, can you handle it? You can't even choose what restaurant we going to. You know what I'm saying? And you get out of here.
I get you.
Word up. You know what I'm saying? Like
I never looked at it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it has to be earned.
Yeah. Like you can't even open my door. You can't open my car door or the door for me. So and you want me to be submissive to you? Get out of here.
Yeah.
You know how I did that shit a lot for Cassie. She was just like, yo, you don't always have to do But when you said that, like, yeah.
But you know, that's
I gotta get back to that.
Word up.
It's like, it's still little
little
gestures
thing.
that
And like you don't have like. It doesn't have to be grandiose. Women do not require. They like grandiose stuff, but it's the simple stuff. Like pay attention. Like instead of being like yo, babe, you know what you like. You have an idea. If you know she don't eat chitlins, don't be like we going to Johnny Chitlin Shack. Right? No, that's the wrong place to choose. Right. However, if you know she like good seafood, like a nice steak, be like, babe, you hungry? I got dinner tonight. What you get? DoorDash it, Google, or take her there. Take your significant other there, and be like, yo, I'm
ordering for you.
And you can't just order. You got to be like, listen, tell me what you want. Don't allow them to order. Be like, yo, tell me what you want to eat, and be like, yo, order for them, right? But don't just be
dope.
Like, don't be like, oh yeah, you getting a lobster. No, see, don't.
She might not be in the mood for the lobster.
No, she don't want the lobster, but
yeah.
Ask her, be like, yo, what do you want to eat? And they're like, all right, I'm gonna order. So it's the little things. So when they see you do stuff like that, they're more apt to be like, all right, right.
And you know what's crazy?
And not only that, one more thing. They got to know that you can protect them and keep them safe. Like not necessarily for someone run up in the house, that too. But you know what I mean. Like, can you protect their heart? You see what I'm saying? Like, can you keep them away from harm? As even mental harm and stuff. Like, can you create a space that's safe and non-judgmental? Mm-hmm. Right? Like, can you do that? So if you can do that, they'll be more apt to be like, okay, if you can show you can lead, that you can be compassionate, that you can listen to them. Like sometimes we talk too damn much, right? So instead of being like, hey, how was your day today, honey? And just shutting up and just listen. Okay, it may not be, you might be like, why is she telling this bullshit? This like the fourth time she done told me this damn shit, right? Like, but okay. I'm gonna listen. You know, it's like you said, it's the small things. You never know. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the small things that make the panties dissolve, right? And make the walls come down. Because it's the wall is built up naturally through conditioning and stuff that happened in the past. So your goal, your intention, not your goal. Your intention is to, let me just brick by brick. Let me get in here a little bit. And I don't want to knock the whole wall down. Let me show you that I can brick by brick. I can take a little bit down. Let me show you that. Once you show them, they're like, oh, okay.
So you ever been in I'm pretty sure you have, right? So how long have you been doing this for?
Mm-hmm. 2017. So
okay.
Yeah, but that's when I really started embracing and learning how to become a dom, right? And then just I think I got a riding crop, which was the first thing I had, and then I was learning how to use it, like, and learning the like protocol and things to do and boundaries and consent. Like consent and boundaries was a big thing, right? And learning that, and then being able to use what I have. Just because I buy it don't mean I'm gonna use it properly. So it's learning how to use it. So then once I learned that, then finding women, I found one, like the first thing I did a performance at this little event. Mm-hmm. You know, I wasn't saying I wasn't where I'm at now, but I did a performance and I spanked this lady and choked her at the same time, and she had an orgasm in front of people. Like, this is my first time doing this in front of somebody, right? I know you. And from that moment, this one sister came up to me. She was like, "How much for? I want to experience that. How much for that?" I was like, so that was like my first session. I remember after my first, and then I had another session with one of my friends where I would do it, and I started having sessions with her on the regular, and it would be like my practice. Right, she was in my hometown, so we were practicing and stuff like that. So then I talked to one of my soul sisters, and I was telling her, and then two of my mentors are Jesse and Jasmine and King Noir, and I called Jesse and Jasmine. I was like, yo, I just got done with this session. I told her, she was like, She was like, Heff, I think, she said, you're going to be ready to be a professional dom one day. And I was like, what does that look like? And they sort of gave me some mentoring and told me on what that looks like, and things to do in protocol and ways to be, and just really sort of like following their lead and things like that. So once I did it, I was like, man, it just falls in naturally with my business and what I do, right? So like I was very well versed on the swingers lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. Just being introduced to that back in 2000. And then just with my products, sort of like being entangled, with sexual pleasure and opportunities and people and free flowing honesty and just life, right? Mm-hmm. So then just BDSM part comes in. It's like, it's like the little trifecta. So everything is a trifecta, like, okay. And it just revolves around, everything is like, it's just circular, and it's like the number 8. Everything's infinity, so everything just flows together. So it's been a great journey. You know what I'm saying? And every day I'm learning something. Like even though I teach, and the reason why I started teaching was when I did my first seminar at Exotica. All I was doing was teaching what I do in my private sessions. And that's what I teach, like everything, like how to choke someone properly, how to properly hand spank ass, how to do flogging, how to do night play. I hadn't taught night play yet, I swear I haven't. But wax play and all these.
How do you properly spank ass?
Oh man,
you gotta give us at least a little gem. You've been giving hella gems, but I mean, listen, I've been thinking mad times like, but I guess it has to be like a cup to it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So all right, so normally, so normally when you hitting it, when you, especially if you doggy style, right, and it's getting good to you, and you, right, you do that. See, that don't even sound good, right? It sound, if you do, it don't sound good to you. It definitely don't sound good or feel good to them. You too hard. You like, that's too much. Okay. You're not trying to hurt the ass. You're not trying to hurt her. Right, you're not trying to have your handprint on it at first, right? You wanna, it's like cooking a meal. You see what I'm saying? Like you cooking, like you want to saute your vegetables first. You want to get your oil, warm it up, saute your vegetables, right? Mm-hmm. Before you make sure they get nice and right, and then you add your meat and stuff like that, and then add the season. So you got to build. It's the gradual build up to see how far you can bring them to different levels. So instead of that's too much, and it's like you almost like this. Like you versus now you could do that after a while, but not off front like bow.
Gotta ease them into it.
Like
warm up.
Just at Exotica last weekend, I was doing the class, and this lady said the night before, this dude hit her in her kidney. I was like, how he hit you on your back of your kidneys? I was like, how does that even work? So like, this is all up here. This all the way. The ass is here. You all the way up here in the kidney, sir. How you doing that? But that's what it was. So it's like, and what it does is there's different zones on the booty that you can impact, and they have a different sound, right? Mm-hmm. So there's this one part that I teach, and it's called the booty tenderloin, right? So this is a little part of the ass, and the ass go cuss, but it's this little part that's right here that you can just grab like this. And if you grab it, it's like right here, it's like a little tenderloin. And so when you give repeated impacts, hand spanks to that little part, it's like, because they get sensation right there in the vagina and in the ass. So all that area of pleasure right there, and repeated spanks, like they could have, you know what I'm saying?
Orgasm from that?
They could have orgasm from that.
Okay.
Possibly, right? It's just, it just depends on how relaxed they are and
it's really mental, man. Like that's because that crescendo, like getting there.
Yeah. And so that's why it's always encourage people, like especially when you're doing this kind of play, like put on some slow music, you know what I'm saying? Get the mind right. Like wherever the mind goes, the body will follow. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to take them on a journey in their mind mentally where come on, come go with me. You know what I'm saying? Like Osbro said, come go with me to, your land beyond the sea. Atlantis, let's go.
You play a lot of music?
Oh man, yeah, because that music, you know,
I'm sure that's
like
the vibe.
yeah, that's you know, growing up, slow music was everything. You know what I'm saying? Quiet Storm at night, right? So you know, you trying to get your lady, whatever, y'all slow dance or whatever. You want to have some slow music playing because when you had the slow music playing, that you were always getting busy to some slow music. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know what I mean? Like you wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You weren't trapping it up in the bedroom, right?
So what about talking dirty? Is that a lot part of it?
Yeah, of course. Of course, right? Like you talking their ear while you spanking them, you know what I'm saying? That's the beautiful thing, like blindfold them or something like that and just talking their ear.
Yo, that shit's hard as hell to do with hella kids though.
Well, yeah. I don't know how you do it, bro. I want to know how you do that because I'm curious.
I mean, he did it because 8 kids later.
8 kids later, yes, sir.
So, as you've been speaking and I've been listening, and the thing that I've been thinking about is in terms of our audience and the fathers and parents and so on, and helping having a more healthy and rich sex life. One of the things I looked at is that the way we were raised is we're constructed a certain way, like how we talk about chivalry, opening up a door for a woman, being a protector, not making sure she's all right, you're all right, and not trying to hurt her or put her in that position. However, because of the demand of what you do, and then the demand out there, period, in terms of those desires that a woman has, or I guess people still, but men to women, a woman has. How would you help, a father, the male partner, be able to better, not only get closer with his mate, but also like enrich their sex life?
Well, the key thing is to
hold on.
Yes.
And on that note, we appreciate y'all for tuning in with Growing Dads Podcast. Yo, we're here with DH. DH is definitely going to come. This is the end of part 1. Yes. I did not want to stop y'all because we're about to go into the teaching aspect of it and actually finish go back into understanding you guys a little bit more. We appreciate you. Go find out DaddyHeff's fucking shit on IG. Go find it out, man. I just had to say it. It is what it is, man. Casamigos is already fucking flowing, man. Let that shit go.
Share, subscribe.
It ain't nothing wrong with it. Go hit him up, share,
subscribe,
all that.
Check the description. Check out DH's website and his not only tools and products, but also training. He does training too. Yep. So you and your mate want to take it to another level, step it up, make life much more fun and enjoying. After the kids done made you want to pull your hair out, definitely check him out. We thank you. We love you.
Part 2 coming up next. Tune in.